All right, Jesse on Fire, welcome back to the channel. Now, I got a 26-minute video uploading right now about a lot of things that I suggest you guys watch. But since it's going to be Thanksgiving tomorrow, it was my birthday yesterday, I'm going to put up another video. And this one is going to be about Dustin Poirier blowing it. I hate doing a video like this because Dustin Poirier is one of my dudes, like one of my favorite guys. I am an enormous Dustin Poirier fan. I've talked about that extensively on this channel recently. And I think I should briefly talk about why that is before I just shake my head and go like this at his recent actions. So first, let me just say this. If you like the content, subscribe and ring the bell. You know, the reason that I love Dustin is because when I wrap my brain around his journey, like he is the guy that embodies everything that I love about this sport, right? Like came from nothing, you know? All in, one path, all or nothing. You win it all or you fucking lose it all. And he's doing it for a family. You know, I think people have a weird impression of me on here for some reason, like just because I kind of ham it up for the camera sometimes. But I have a wife that I love very much. I have 3 daughters that I love very much. And so when there's a guy who has a wife and kids, daughters, that he's fighting for, I relate to that. I relate to that struggle. And if you don't have kids, it's really hard to understand what it feels like to wear the pressure of being the breadwinner for your family, you know? Like where you know it's like this needs to work. Like, and at a current point in my life right now, I have a regular job and then I'm also working on, you know, other entrepreneurial stuff. But I know exactly what it feels like to be full entrepreneur and be responsible for a family, and you are all in, man. Like the feeling is hard to explain. You can't fail, you know, you cannot fail. Now, I mean, look, in my case, I have some advantages just in terms of like what my bottom would be if the world fell apart, which it has before for us. But like, from what I've gathered with Dustin Poirier, I don't think he has any kind of like family safety net or anything. Like he's been all in from Jump Street. And he also, in his mind, you could tell he romanticizes the game and he romanticizes his own journey in a way that I do, you know, like when I watch these guys. And so, yeah, what it was for me was watching that post-fight interview after the Max Holloway fight again. Like I did a video about this, like I watched him after the Khabib fight and saw how crushed he was, where I was inside of him, man. Like I could feel exactly what he felt, like could see exactly what he saw going into that Khabib fight. Like when he came out with that walk, like the walkout, he believed 100% he was gonna win. And not just because he was well prepared, not because it's because he believes that he's on a predestined journey that ends with a romanticized version of the ending. And to him at the time, beating Khabib, the undefeated dude in Abu Dhabi, everything had led up to that. You know, it had all led up to that. All the shit he had gone through all led up to that. And then so when he lost, to see how crushed he was, dude, like it seriously was like hard. It's like actually hard to watch for a person like me. And then you contrast that with how he received the belt when he beat Max Holloway. And it just validates exactly what I'm saying, which is that Dustin is one of those guys who is fully aware of the game that these guys are all playing. You know, and he lives the romanticized version of it that I love when I watch the sport. And so I love Dustin Poirier, but man, he fucked up today. Jesus Christ, he fucked up. So here's the thing, right? This is what I'm starting to gather about fighters in the UFC or fighters, you know, and globally in other organizations. I feel like there are certain guys where they see playing the game as like lowering themselves, right? Like if they say anything into a microphone, that is not like exactly what they actually mean at that moment, that like that they're like doing some disingenuous shit and like, you know, no, that's just not how I do it. I'll just, you know, I'm just going to tell the truth. I'm not that guy. I don't want to call anybody out. Like that kind of shit where you're like, dude, I get it, the Spartan thing. Like, I'm just a warrior. I come in and I fight, whatever. But, dude, that you want to know what I think? When people don't do that, I think that they're masking their insecurity doing it with a story they tell themselves about, you know, being a Spartan warrior. It's like there's nothing, like, I don't see anything. I mean, I am very big on a quiet killer, you know, who's just all about business. But if you're choosing not to play the game, not to play the promotions game at all, okay, that is, it's like neglecting a part of your martial arts skill set to me, you know? Like, this is part of the sport. It's not, some people just fundamentally don't understand that. And you can get there without it, I guess. I mean, you can get there to a certain point without it, but not really, dude. Not really. You're not going to find any of the top tier superstars that don't play the game. None. Fucking none. Zero. Not a single one. Not a single superstar didn't play the game. Okay? All of them do. Khabib, like we talked about, is a fucking amazing fight game guy. Incredible. I want your chicken. Okay? And he's still, so you think that you look down on Khabib because he'll call out Conor into the microphone and he'll be smart about who strategically he tries to align himself against? Like, do you look down on him for that? Or is he just his UFC skill set as a champion a complete package, including the fight game? That's what he is. That's just what he is. If you don't want to play the game, that's you being insecure. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, because what other reason is there? Like, what other real reason is there that you wouldn't want to think and then strategically think about what you're going to say and why? Okay, to me, that's just lazy. And dude, public speaking is fucking stressful, man. And I get it. Like, sounds ridiculous when you're talking about people who professionally get into an octagon and fight another trained killer in front of, you know, a million people, to say that they're being insecure and scared. But going in and fighting another man and public speaking are two very different things. They just are. And I realize I'm not really in a great position to talk shit to people about this because this comes extraordinarily naturally to me. But I don't fucking care. Like, that's beside the point. If you don't play the game, that's not gangster to me. That's just stupid. And Dustin had an opportunity to fucking hit a lobbed fucking softball pitch over the wall today, and he just was like, nah, I don't feel like playing softball today. You know, Conor has been saying, I'm coming in and I'm fighting whoever has the belt. I don't care who it is. Everybody deal with it. I'm coming for that. That trilogy is not over. That trilogy is not over. Okay? Now, I don't think anybody at this point is unclear on the amount of money Dustin Poirier made for that last Conor McGregor fight, right? Like, he probably made 6 times as much money as he's ever made for any other fight. More, maybe. Well, maybe no, the Abu Dhabi Khabib one he did real well. But the guy, he made a $5 million base plus a back end on the biggest pay-per-view card of the year, okay? He fucking crushed it. He crushed it, okay? So if you are Dustin and you're playing the game at fucking level 1, dude, at fucking level 1, if someone goes, so Dustin, Conor McGregor is saying that this beef is still hot. He wants that. This shit's not over. What do you say to that? You know, what do you say to that, Dustin? Okay, how about fucking literally level 1, 4th grade strategy, okay? Is you say, fuck that guy, right? Fuck that guy. I've got something for him. He might have to wait a little while, but believe me, he's gonna fucking get it. And he's not gonna like it when he does. You know? He can go, we could play the game of Look at you. Oh, you got $250 million, Conor. Look at you. Oh, you got a Lamborghini boat. Good for you. I broke your face. You broke your leg. Okay? You want it again? You could fucking get it again, dude. And I'll take your fucking Lamborghini boat after I put you on the canvas face down for the third fucking time. How about that, dude? Okay? But I'm kind of in the driver's seat of the lightweight division if you haven't been paying attention. So you're going to have to sit and wait. I know you don't like that. You know, you like getting what you want. But in this game, you got to fight your way to what you want. And that's what I've done. You haven't. So go win a fight, maybe. Or maybe I'll take charity on you and I'll beat the fuck out of you for a fourth time. Just depends. Depends on how I'm feeling after I beat Charles. So, you know. I mean, I guess actually, let me take that back. That was definitely not level 1. That was fucking level 10. But level 1 would have been, how about you don't close the door on the fucking fight, dude? Like, just say, yeah, of course it's not over. That's it. Just that. Yeah, of course it's not over. Why would that be over? I'm pretty sure Jesus, I can't even do level 1 because it's just such fucking common sense to me, okay? So level 1 would be like, yeah, of course it's not over. Yeah, we'll get that. That's it. That's level 1, right? That's fucking level 1. Okay. Correct play is, I mean, fuck, man. I keep campaigning for a job at the UFC. You want me to create my job title? Fucking matchup and hype strategy. Okay? What do? I tell these guys what to say. You know? I build narratives that are not fabricated, that are just common sense. This is how you hype fights, right? And I'll work with every fucking guy in the entire fucking organization and just teach these motherfuckers the correct way to do this. Because the correct play here, you know, of course it's not over. The last time that I was in the same vicinity as him, the guy was yelling into a microphone that he was going to kill me in my sleep. And that my wife was in his DMs, okay? Look in my face, okay? I beat these other motherfuckers up for no reason. Someone gives me a paycheck, I beat them up. What do you think I'm gonna do to a guy who I had to take pity on last time because he had a broken leg, otherwise I'd have smashed his face there, but he's talking about my fucking wife and telling me he's gonna kill me and my wife in my sleep. What? Over? Fucking, yeah, he's gonna get it. He can have it 8 times. And I'll fucking bury him all 8 times. So, it's up to him, dude. Just keep lining him up. They can keep writing me checks to fuck you up, dude. You're easy work. I barely have to train for a fight with you, dude. You are an inferior fighter. You're an inferior man. I'm better at everything than you, okay? So you keep tweeting. Maybe you're better at tweeting. But that's it, you know? So, like, that is how you answer that fucking question, okay? Like, come on. Dustin, okay, when they asked him that, keep in mind, this will be the biggest, I mean, like, they fight again, it's going to be the biggest pay-per-view of next year. I mean, like, it's part of your job, dude. And they go, well, what do you think about fighting Conor again? He goes, nah, that's not even on my radar, man. He's like, it's not even on my radar right now. I'm not even thinking about that. It's like, Jesus Christ, bro. Are you fucking serious? Like, are you fucking serious? Come on, man. I mean, Jesus. Like, it's not on my, like, it's like, if someone was like, hey, Jesse, so in this situation, what's the worst thing that Dustin could say? I'd be like, that. That's the worst thing that he could possibly have said there. What's the worst thing he could have done for his career? Well, I mean, he's about to fight for the title, so I'm not really in a position to say he's doing anything terrible for his career. But if I'm his fucking financial advisor, and I'm like, hey, dude, so how'd you like the feeling of cashing a $10 million check? Feels a lot better than 1.5, right? Okay, so if you want another $10 million check, then here's what you say. Fucking common sense, dude. You know? Because here's the thing, it doesn't matter. Like, it's not like it's, even if you don't want to fight him, right? Like, even if you don't want to fight him immediately, it's irrelevant, okay? You saying that in the camera is giving you the opportunity to fight him under much more hyped circumstances later, okay? Like, that's it. That's not a fucking bout agreement. It's keeping a big, enormous pay-per-view hot. You threw fucking ice water on it. Why? Why? Like a fucking, you know, a hysterical attachment to blind honesty? You know? Like, what the fuck, man? You don't need to be Colby Covington here. All you have to do is just leave the door open for a fucking grudge match. I mean, Jesus, man. Again, I love Dustin. This is why it's so aggravating. Because, like, I would love to see Dustin go in and make another fucking $10, $12 million. This is just so aggravating because it's such common sense. You know, I did the whole fucking video about what he should do. Beat Charles. You know, call Conor out on the microphone. Might even be able to talk Conor into a fucking title shot right out of the gate if he had a compelling enough fucking speech in the octagon. Like, you'll have a fucking champions deal. Fight Conor again, back end. Like, I mean, dude. Unless you already beat Gaethje. Are you like super? I mean, I guess Gaethje's gonna get the shot anyway. First of all, he needs to beat fucking Charles. Charles is a boss, dude. Charles is nasty, man. Now I'm gonna just sidetrack on that because I was thinking about this recently. I really, really like Dustin in the Charles matchup, but Charles against. Fuck, man. I mean, styles make fights. I like Charles in basically every other fight in the lightweight division. Conor is a weird matchup, actually. Conor and Oliveira, that's a fucking weird matchup. Man, if I went through lightweight and I was picking winners between, like, and we just kind of played the Matrix, the only person that I think beats everybody is Dustin, I'm gonna be honest. Which is probably a jinx. Probably means I should fucking bet on Charles in that fight. But I do believe Dustin beats everyone. I really do. Like when I've run through it, I think Dustin beats everyone except maybe Islam Makhachev. Islam Makhachev is the one who's dangerous for Dustin because he's so good at not getting hit, and if he gets it to the ground, dude, like, you know. But yeah, oh God, I hope we get. I really want it. I want Conor versus Islam. I want Conor to beat Islam, and then I want him to call Khabib out, and then I want Dana to throw the full court press behind Khabib and then see if we can get Khabib out of retirement to fight Conor again. Because you want the biggest fucking pay-per-view of all time. That is it right there. Conor beats Islam Makhachev and then talks enough shit that it makes Khabib mad. Like, actually puts him on the spot where if he doesn't fight, that's what he would have to do. He would have to speak to that, like, part of Khabib's personality that is hardwired against not stepping up to a challenge, you know? Like, because I obviously don't know Khabib personally. He's a very principled man, which is why he has stayed retired. But I think it's because of those principles you might be able to get him out of retirement. If certain circumstances were there and you made enough noise. I can't imagine Conor, the amount of attention he can garner. And if he focused all of that at Khabib after he beat Islam, he would have to beat Islam Makhachev though. He has to beat Khabib's boy for it to make sense. Because if he doesn't beat Islam, then like he's like, oh, Khabib's he's a little rat. He's a little rat that's running away. It won't land at all. Like the fucking, it'll all be swings and misses. He beats Islam, especially if he dirt naps him, and then he starts talking. That's a different fucking ball game. I knocked out your fucking brother. I derailed your father's plan. Remember? I've heard your father say this. I watched those interviews. I heard your father say that he wanted Islam to be the champion after you. And that's not going to happen now. And you know why? Because I took that from you. I took that shit from you, from Islam, and from your father. I did that. So why don't you come do something about it? Or are you too busy eating Pillsbury rolls and being retired? You still got it in you or not? Because I just took your dream from you. So, you want to come try to get it back? Khabib's going to fucking fight him, dude. Khabib's going to fight him if he does that. Khabib's going to fight him. And Khabib will fuck his shit up, dude. Khabib will fuck his shit up, dude. Fuck him up. If he goes into that fight after Conor beat Islam and then talked about that, you know? Like fucking beat Islam Makhachev and talked about that victory broke the thing that Khabib's dad wanted most, because that's accurate, Khabib's gonna come back and he's gonna fuck Conor up, dude. You'll get the hardest Khabib ever. You'll get the best, hardest version of Khabib ever. He might jump the fucking fence again though afterwards, depending. Please God, let all of those things happen. Anyway, Dustin, I love you, bud, but Jesus, man. Anyway, love you guys. Peace.